Hey guys, I'm back with part 2. I hope you liked the first part because this one is worse. I have so many grammar errors but I'm too lazy to fix them and I'm also working on part 3. It might take me a while since I'm focusing on school at the moment but it'll be out before the weekends. Anyways, enough of me yapping, enjoy the video.
Blessing in Disguise. Part 2. The Truth. Atsuma's POV. Knock, knock, knock. Who the hell is that? I look down at my phone trying to see what time it is but only to be blinded by the bright light. I annoyingly groan trying to regain my eyesight for me to be able to get up. God, who would be here at this time? I quickly get up and rush down the stairs while the knocking increases. Knock 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 knock. I quickly slam open the door screaming. What the hell do ya want? Surprise. Oh. I look up to see Sunaran staring at me in shock. Oh, what ya doing here, Rin? I thought you were out with Samu? Well, I thought you and Osamu were hanging out, as well. I stopped to think, both of us staring at each in slight disbelief. Then it clicked. Samu lied. Osamu lied. Both me and Suna glanced up towards each other as we were both just as shocked. Oh, shit, sorry. Come on, let's get ya inside. Thanks. I led Suna inside, quickly shutting the door, and we both made our way towards the living room and sitting on the sofa. Silence. We sat there in silence until I decided to speak up. Where do ya think he could be? Suna glances at me. I really don't know, he doesn't usually lie to me. Well, especially not about hanging out with people and stuff. Me either, he usually tells me what he's gonna do or where he'll go. Suna looks around while I stare at him in confusion and then he lights up. Wait, don't you to have that little Life 360 something on y'all's phone? Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that. We don't really use it much since we always go places together, but I'll check it. Let me go get my phone real quick. I leave Suna behind on the sofa while I go to retrieve my phone from my nightstand and run back down the stairs. Here ya go. I hand the phone over to Suna while he just takes it and quickly pulls up the app. It says he's at some restaurant parking lot? Oh wait, he's leaving it. Me and Suna sit in silence while waiting on Samu to go to another place. Atsumu, where does Sakusa live again? I perk up at the odd question. XXY? Suna looks at me, though there was a slight pity and disappointment glint in his eyes. He quickly shut my phone off and stuffed it in his pocket, getting up and walking towards the door with his keys. Get dressed, we're going somewhere. I get up walking towards the stairs while replying to him. Where are we going, Sunaran? You don't wanna know until we get there, Atsumu. I'll wait for you in the car. Suna walks out the house slightly slamming the door and I just stand there in confusion until I start running up the stairs trying to get dressed. A few minutes later and am out the door sitting in Suna's gray Ford Bronco driving to wherever Suna is going. Suna, where are we going? You'll see in a bit, Atsumu, I just want you to be prepared first. Okay. I look out the window, wondering what Suna meant by what he said. Third person POV. Back with Osamu and Sakusa. The Omigiri couple had just pulled into Sakusa's driveway. Sakusa walked over towards the passenger side and opened the door to help Osamu out. Why, thank you, Kyayu. You're welcome, Osa. Sakusa leans towards Osamu to give him a kiss on his forehead. Let's go, shall we? Sakusa extends one of his hands for Osamu to grab. We shall. Osamu quickly takes his hand into Sakusa's hands and they make their way inside the house. Warning, sexual content. Lust, sex, desire, everything you could imagine was happening right now in Sakusa's room. Osamu was laid down on the bed with Sakusa hovering over him, kissing him up and down his chest with Osamu grasping on the bed behind him. Moans and groans were spreading like wildfire around the room. Every time Sakusa would kiss a certain spot of Osamu's body, he would moan, which would be like music to Sakusa's ears. Keep making those sounds for me, baby. Akio. Soon enough both of the males' clothes were on the floor, discarded and forgotten as their lust and love for each other completely took over them. Sakusa had his fingers inside Osamu, scissoring him open for it to not hurt as much when he penetrated him. Akiyumi. Yes, baby? I am ready. Are you sure? Yes, please. Okay, tell me if it hurts. Osamu just hummed in agreement while moaning as Sakusa pulled out his fingers, guiding his tip into Osamu's hole. End of sexual content. Still third person POV. Back with Suna and Atsumu. Atsumu had fallen asleep in the car ride with Suna. Although Atsumu was sleeping peacefully, Suna's mind was anything but peaceful. What do I do? They're probably together and me and Atsumu don't even know it. Suna glances at Atsumu. He doesn't deserve this, neither of us do. Suna sighs and just continues to drive while playing music in the background. They only had around 10 minutes left to arrive. They soon arrived to their location. Suna parked the car in the driveway of the small, but large home. He sat there for a minute, trying to calm down his nerves and think positive about the not-so-positive situation. After contemplating on whether or not they should do this, he woke up Atsumu. Suna? Atsumu groans, rubbing his eyes to be able to see Suna better. Come on Atsumu, let's go. We're here. Oh, okay. Suna and Atsumu unbuckled themselves and get out the car. Only then does Atsumu realize where Suna had taken them. Rintaro. Suna knew this would happen, so he tried to be as calm as possible. Yes, Atsumu? Why the fuck are we at Ami's house? Atsumu, I think it's best we find out first. Atsumu then stands in shock as the only reason they would be here is Osamu's here? Atsumu quickly looks towards Suna, which the only response he gets is a nod. That bitch. Let's go Atsumu. Both Atsumu and Suna walk towards Sakusa's door. Atsumu, being her millions of times, knows where the spare key is, so he grabs it from a planted pot beside the door, unlocks the door and walks in. Walking into the house, Atsumu doesn't even bother taking his shoes off. He quickly storms into Sakusa's room with Suna trailing behind him with his phone out. Boom. What the actual fuck? Atsumu slammed the door from Sakusa's room open only to find Osamu and Sakusa cuddled up, mostly naked with their trousers under the blankets. Osamu and Sakusa both looked towards the door, Osamu surprised while Sakusa had a neutral face. What the fuck Osamu? But with my boyfriend? Sakusa? Really? I thought you'd have more nerve. Atsumu stormed out the room, slightly brushing against Suna's shoulder. Wait, Atsumu. I thought you'd have a bigger standard Osamu. 2 years meant nothing to you? You could have done this to me. But the fact you both hurt Atsumu. You're his twin Osamu. I thought you knew better. Oh, and say cheese. Suna was recording the whole situation and taking pictures. Fuck both of you. Suna turns around rushing towards Atsumu. Before the intrusion with Osamu and Sakusa. The Omigiri couple were cuddling in bed after their nightly activities. Sakusa playing with Osamu's hair while Osamu laid on Sakusa's chest. Everything was going well until boom. What the actual fuck? Osamu sits there surprised, scared even. He didn't know how they both found out, but here they are now, caught. What the fuck Osamu? But with my boyfriend? Sakusa? Really? I thought you'd have more nerve. Sakusa didn't care much about the whole situation, I mean come on, it was bound to happen. But hearing his name, his last name, coming out from Atsuma's mouth instead of that beautiful nickname Sakusa always said he hated but he didn't, hurt. It hurt like a motherfucker. Wait, Atsumu. Osamu tried to stop Atsumu from leaving, to hear him out. But Atsumu had already sped away from the room rushing out. And that only left Suna. I thought you'd have a bigger standard Osamu. 2 years meant nothing to you? You could have done this to me. But the fact you both hurt Atsumu. You're his twin Osamu. I thought you knew better. Oh, and say cheese. Osamu felt as guilty as ever. Sakusa started to then realize the situation he thought would be easy and calm was the complete opposite. Osamu and Sakusa also felt embarrassed and ashamed as Suna was recording and taking pictures of everything. Fuck both of you. Suna storms out and both Osamu and Sakusa rush to get dressed and run out the house just to find a sobbing Atsumu and stressed Suna trying to calm him down while walking towards Suna's car. Rin. Atsu. Both Sakusa and Osamu rushed towards them. Atsuma's and Sakusa's conversation. Look Atsu, I'm so sorry. Atsumu cut off Sakusa as soon as he started talking. Is that why ya won't touch me? A whole year together and ya still couldn't cuddle me, hug me, make love to me. Cause ya were fucking my brother behind my back? Sakusa was standing there in silence, watching as Atsumu poured his heart out with what seemed as endless tears coming out his eyes. Sakusa, I loved ya, I trusted ya. And ya betray me with my brother? What type of fucking asshole does that? I was always so patient for ya. I cleaned off every bench we sat on, I cleaned and sanitized the table and booths we sat at together, I took and still take 3 showers just in case I see ya and ya don't think I'm disgusting. And you're cheating on me with my brother? Look, I know ya got that misophobia thing, but right now you're the one that's disgusting. Sakusa was shocked at Atsuma's last comment. He had never heard Atsumu talk to him in such a way. I hate ya Sakusa Kayumi. I never wanna see ya again. Atsu, you don't mean that. Sakusa was scared. The more the situation escalated, the more he realized how much of a mistake he made to lose and betray Atsumu. Soon enough, Suna walked towards Atsumu, kindly grabbing him by the hand. Let's go, Atsumu. Atsumu looks towards Suna with a sweet, gentle smile. The same smile he'd once give Sakusa. Komin Rin. Oh, and yes, Sakusa, I meant every word I said. Suna leads Atsumu back towards his car, helping Atsumu in, making his way towards the driver's side to drive off. Osamu and Suna conversation. Son? What do you want, Osamu? You've done enough. To say Suna was pissed was an understatement. He was livid. He'd never let anything get to him, and Osamu cheating on him was fine. He didn't care. I mean, he loved Osamu, but he also hurt Atsumu, his very own twin? That was the end of the line for Suna. Look, I loved you. I truly did. But after a while you stopped acting the same, you became distracted and distant. So it made me lose feelings, since I thought that's why you were acting that way towards me. So I wasn't really affected by the situation as much as Atsumu was. Yes, I'm hurt, but I bet Atsumu is broken. You're his twin, Osamu. And not only are you his twin, you cheated on me with his boyfriend. Imagine how that feels. Your best friend assigned at birth is betraying you with your boyfriend. Osamu felt like shit. Everything Suna was saying hit him right in the gut and heart. He fucked up, but time. And there's nothing he could do to fix everything, because he was the reason everything even happened. It wasn't even supposed to go like this. I was at the bar with some friends and Kayumi was there, and we had too much to drink, and next thing we know I woke up at his place and we promised not to tell anyone, but then it escalated and we began to have real feelings. But I swear, Suna, I want ya more than him. Should have thought about that before you decided to betray me and Atsumu. Goodbye, Osamu. Don't speak to me ever again, nor Atsumu. Osamu started to become pissed at how Suna thought he could keep Atsumu from talking to him. He'll forgive me. He always does. Not if I can help it. Suna smirks and walks away from Osamu, walking towards Atsumu. Let's go, Atsumu. Suna looked between both Atsumu and Sakusa with a slight smirk, which pissed Sakusa off even more. Komin Rin. Oh, and yes, Sakusa, I meant every word I said. Suna leads Atsumu back towards his car, helping Atsumu in, making his way towards the driver's side to drive off. In the car with Suna and Atsumu. What do we do now, Rin? Suna sighs, turning to look at Atsumu, and grabs his hand when he stops at a red light. We forget about them. How about when I drop you off home, you pack some clothes, tell your mom slightly what's happened, and just stay with me for a bit. Atsumu blushes when Suna randomly grabs his hand. He looks into Suna's eyes and just nods. Stop crying, Atsumu, you're too cute to be crying. Suna mumbles while he wipes away one of Atsuma's stray tears, glad Atsumu didn't hear what he said. Whatcha say, Rin? Nothing, Atsumu. Let's get you home and packed, okay? Suna leaned back towards his seat and continued to drive when the light turned green. Alrighty. End of part 2.